Hey, it's Pastor Rocket. It's good to see you. Thanks for joining me. I'm sitting here in the sound booth of the sanctuary right now, working on a project today as I have time for this weekend. Hopefully, I'll have it ready in time for our broadcast on Sunday. But in the midst of that, I want to share something with you today out of 2 Kings chapter 5. I'm going to begin reading in verse 1 and I'm going to be skimming through, paraphrasing somewhat so we can get to the point quickly today. But if you want to join me, 2 Kings chapter 5, beginning in verse 1. Naaman, the commander of the army for the king of Aram, was a great man in his master's sight and highly regarded, because through him the Lord had given victory to Aram. The man was a brave warrior, but he had a skin disease. When Elisha, the man of God, heard about this, he sent a message to the king and said, "Have him come to me, so he will know there is a prophet in Israel." So Naaman came with his horses and chariots and stood at the door of Elisha's house. Then Elisha sent him a messenger who said, "Go wash 7 times in the Jordan, and your flesh will be restored, and you will be clean." So Naaman went down and dipped himself in the Jordan 7 times, according to the command of the man of God. Then his skin was restored and became like the skin of a small boy, and he was clean. Then Naaman and his whole company went back to the man of God, stood before him, and declared, "I know there's no God in all of the earth except in Israel." And then Naaman asks Elisha an interesting question about a circumstance in which he finds himself. He says, "In a particular matter, may the Lord pardon your servant. When my master, the king of Aram, goes into the temple of Rimmon to worship, and leans upon my arm to have me kneel and bow in the temple with him, may the Lord pardon your servant in this matter." Naaman finds himself in a position where he absolutely knows who God is, has total and complete faith in him. He's been healed of a terrible disease. He has no doubt in his mind who the God is. He says here, "I know there's no God in all the earth except for the God of Israel." And he says, when I'm put in this position where I'm asked to do something that makes me uncomfortable, I'm asked to do something that I maybe don't even agree completely with, when I'm forced to do something that I don't necessarily think is right. In fact, even I think it's important to note here that this is his master, a person to whom that Naaman would be accountable. He's his right-hand man. He's his go-to guy. He's the chief of his army. In fact, the king is responsible for sending Naaman to Elisha in the first place to receive healing from the Lord. So this is an important person to him naturally and spiritually, but they don't believe the same thing. And this person puts him in a position where maybe I don't agree. Maybe I don't like what I'm being asked to do. The situation is difficult. When I'm put in that situation, will the Lord pardon me? Will the Lord forgive me? Will the Lord, essentially, will he still be with me? Will I be in the good graces of the Lord even in a difficult set of circumstances? And the response of Elisha is so simple and so profound. Elisha says to him, "Go, and God will be with you." Go even into the difficult circumstance. Go into a set of circumstances that you don't necessarily agree with, that you don't want to have to be part of, that you don't like how it looks or how it feels. Go where you must go, and know that wherever you go, whatever your situation, whatever set of circumstances you find yourself, God is with you. In fact, one translation of this says, "Go in the peace of God." Find peace in the situation and circumstance you're in, and know that whatever's happening in your life right now, today, whatever you're dealing with, personally, spiritually, financially, emotionally, with your health, whatever the situation might be, God says, "I see your faith. I know who you are. I know where your heart is." In the difficult circumstance, go in peace. Go, and God is with you. I hope you find this helpful today. God bless you this afternoon. I hope if I don't see you or talk to you before then, that I will see you here online for our Bible study tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. God bless you.